everybody, Susan Gillis here, Boca Raton Historical Society, and welcome to our session of Ask the Curator. I have a very good question here today. Is it true that they grew radioactive wheat at the Army Air Base where FAU is now located? Good question. So I have here a map of the Boca Raton Army Airfield from World War II, and to the right is north, and above me is west. The base itself extended from Dixie on the east to where 95 is today on the west, and from north of Yamato to all the way to Palmetto Park Road back in the day. So where the FAU is today is actually just the runways, or the runways of the base. Now, the base was in operation 42 to 47. At that time, most personnel and most operations were transferred to Biloxi. But remember, the Army Air Force became the United States Air Force in 1947, and our base actually became the Boca Raton Auxiliary Air Force Base with a greatly reduced staff and greatly reduced acreage. What we know is that in the 1950s, there was a biological warfare going on at the former air base. In the very northern section of the base, right here. Today it would be north of Spanish River Boulevard, that sort of little triangle where the interstate is and FAU Boulevard comes out and so on. Very interesting. And they were growing wheat there, under cover of darkness. The vehicles were painted black. They worked at night, if you can imagine. But it wasn't the wheat that was the focus. They were experimenting with a wheat fungus called the stem rust of rye. And the idea was that this possibly could be distributed over Soviet wheat fields. Now, as far as we know, that never happened. And that went on, and apparently that mission was abandoned in roughly 1957. I want to say a shout out to our friend Elliot Kleinberg, formerly with the Palm Beach Post, who did some very good research on this fascinating subject. And thanks for the great question.